Some of the bad news is, well, actually I'll give you a little more of the good news. There were a few bills we were successful in holding back to a degree or completely. One was eliminating the death penalty. And I was a strong advocate on that one because, the principle of the matter, I see that as a proper role of civil government, and is an appropriate deterrent. And anyway, we were able to, in the last minute, kill that bill by one vote in the Senate.
You said eliminating the death penalty. That might have confused them. You stopped the elimination of the death penalty.
Yes. The bill was to eliminate the death penalty.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gary. My brain's always moving a little bit slow on this stuff. Yeah, it was to eliminate. We were able to kill the bill that would have.
That was on the table.
Yeah, it was very serious. It had passed the House.
That's right.
And let's see, how did this go? Because it just got over the Senate. The seatbelt bill, which would have made it a primary offense, was finally defeated as well. It did pass through the Senate, but they killed it in the House. Grateful for that. And then finally, the other little in our trifecta of successes was the cell phone ban, which we were able to amend down to kind of a meaningless piece. Actually, it's kind of crazy. The one thing you can't do is you can't text message. Well, who can see text messaging in the first place? You know, it does prohibit anybody under 18 from using a cell phone, and I'm actually okay with that. From this principle, I think it's appropriate to have a graduated license system where younger student who's beginning to drive has restrictions. We have restrictions on who can ride in the car with them in the first I think it's 6 months of their having a license, and I think there is some appropriateness to not giving full authority for driving all at once. But as far as banning the cell phone from cars, we might as well ban kids from cars because they're a distraction too. Nothing personal. Yes.
But I thought it passed, but it's just secondary offense rather than a primary offense. I thought it was
well, it got amended back and forth in a lot of directions. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that because this is what I haven't read the bill in its final form. But what was said from the Senate microphone was the only thing that's prohibited is the texting side of things. Therefore, and they said, no, you can use your cell phone. So that would be a pretty silly statement if, in fact, it was a secondary offense. Okay. Yes, you're right, though. At one point in the process, that's where it was. The budget, that's the big deal. Probably blew all my time already. Yeah, I did.
That's all right.
We're bankrupt. Or we're this close. We're this close.
We're not spending as far as California. What's the deal?
Well, because California really is bankrupt. We are this close, though, quite frankly. We authorized the governor to take the statutory reserve down to 0 at the end of the fiscal year on June 30th. Never mind the fact that the payroll for June is to be cut July 1st because of the games we played several years ago to try to, quote, balance the budget. Well, you can get away with that if you've got a little bit of a cushion in the bank, but you can't if you don't. And in fact, we are, well, there's another $500 million in various cash funds, like the unemployment insurance system. Pinnacle is the workers' comp insurance, and that's a private concern. But on the unemployment insurance, that is in fact a state fund funded by employers, and we haven't touched that fund yet, that I noticed at least. But we'll probably go after that stuff, which would be an automatic tax increase because statutorily it has to be at a certain level, and if it drops below, the taxes, the unemployment taxes just automatically raise. So we have increased taxes, we have ignored the Constitution. There's a wholesale effort to destroy the taxpayer Bill of Rights, which is really the only solid bulwark we have against a government that really will run amok and be bankrupt very quickly. So we tax, we spend, we continue to do it. I regret I don't have more time to talk on it. They set up a commission this year of legislators and people the legislators in the commission pick to study this issue, to come up with some solutions to our constitutional dilemmas. And we do have some dilemmas that are legitimate. Amendment 23 is driving it too far. The Gallagher Amendment is requiring a disparity in the property tax system that's really bizarre. But their solutions are to get rid of Tabor, to figure out how to tax you more so that they can spend as much as they want. Because they set up that commission, and because it is partisan, we worked hard to say, okay, let's have the commission, but let's have a parity of both sides on the at the table so that we truly come up with a common ground. They refused that. They allowed a little more membership of the Republicans, but we still have the minority, so guess who's going to win every vote and what they're going to bring to the table. So,
The vote is said, we want Tabor.
yeah, as a consequence, I'm going to run a hearing through the Republican Study Committee in the interim as well as the counterpoint, as the what are the limited government solutions to our constitutional issues that are truly there, and believe me, that will be with an eye of maintaining the integrity of the taxpayer Bill of Rights. As a matter of fact, reestablishing it, because through the Supreme Court and the legislature, they have managed to ignore virtually every aspect of the taxpayer Bill of Rights, including the right of you, the citizen, to vote on tax increases, which is what they claim is the one thing that they want to maintain. But when push came to shove and they put a property tax increase, they ignored that, and the Colorado Supreme Court affirmed their